Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, commenters, scallywags, each and every one of you. I want to welcome you to my channel. You know, uh, here in the Philippines, I hope you don't mind my talking so much about my little one Duchess. I'm so happy that she's in this world now. I'm gonna thank all of you who've been congratulating me. I kind of glanced at the comments. I wasn't gonna do no comment, but a lot of them are, you know. I decided to not do a no comment today, but be that as it may, I want to thank each and every one of you who have given me congratulatory um, comments on my me and I having a baby. It's raining now, so I've decided not to play tennis. Today I was going to go in Avalon and play with the old players who I used to play with. They invited me to come and play, but I decided not to. So, but that's man. As I was saying, I hope you don't mind talking to you so much about Duchess. You're probably gonna see more of her. Will she have her own Facebook? No. Or maybe she would. I don't know. I doubt it. I am so preoccupied with now trying to get the most out of my own, social media. You know, um, my trying to figure out how to do YouTube Live correctly. So this way, my Sunday morning classics can come off a lot smoother than what they have been. Although it's been very good, and the viewership is growing. So I really appreciate those of you who are watching. Sunday morning classics. As time goes by, so does music. It brings me nothing but joy to be able to show you some of my pedigree and some of the things that I've done and some of the people I've been with, and you know, uh, you know, um, tuning my own horn, so to speak. I know I should write a book. God knows I got about three of them, and screenplays and all that stuff, and then, but you know, uh, it's about the discipline and being able to have, to be able to do it. Because believe you me, I do have the time, but be that as it may, you're probably going to hear and see more of Duchess. What I want to talk about briefly is the drugs in the Philippines. And the reason I want to speak about them, one of the reasons what attracted me to the Philippines was because at that time, President Duterte's stand on a no drug policy. I knew about his heavy hand of dealing with addicts and also pushers. And it was like open season on them as far as the police are concerned. It could have been has interpreted as a human rights violation, but a lot of the areas were terrorized because of the drug epidemic here in the Philippines. But when Duterte decided to do something about it, he did not discriminate against anybody. He did not discriminate against, street level pushers and dealers, and all the way up to police chiefs, government officials. Everyone who was involved in it were subject to fall into the wrath of President Duterte. So, I was kind of glad that, in my mind, the Philippines was not a drug haven. Although I used to read the papers a lot, and I used to see these big seizures and these big arrests, and it was funny because when they did a raid on someone's house, they found X amount of shabu, which is methamphetamines. They would find this amount of drugs, and they would find one handgun with 3 bullets. So it was kind of a goof to know that they weren't as well as equipped or well armed as I have known them to be in the States. And so there was a lot of outrage about how he was dealing with the drug epidemic, but his approval rating rose tremendously when it was to believe that he was putting a dent in drug epidemic. A lot of the barangays, a lot of the areas, because up at that time they had become prisoners in their own areas, their own barangays, because the drug was so rapid for thievery and addicts all over the place that people started having more confidence and a lot more freer. Grandmothers were allowed to come back out of the house. Children were allowed to play again in the streets and hang out at night and all this stuff, and not fear of being, fall prey to the crimes that follow drug addiction, and the drug business, and although they don't have cocaine, which which some might interpret as my drug of choice. That there was every now and then you might hear, oh, there was a package of a bundle of cocaine washed up on the wood. They don't know where it came from, whatever. But that's happened a couple of times. But the reason I'm bringing it up because I was here for maybe about a good no about a good year and a half when someone, oh, matter of fact, was at the red table. No, it was somewhere else, and someone had asked me, did I want to, get high, and I immediately said, the third day, the third day, the third day, the third, as a joke to let them know that look, I'm not interested. Don't approach me on that stuff. I'm not about that. And especially being in a foreign country, not that this is the reason, but outside of mine not wanting to get involved in drugs here is bad enough. I came here shaking, but you know, having someone approach me like that or approach me about wanting to get high was I want to make it clear that that's not what it's about. You don't know, and if you were to get involved in, I mean, how safe could you feel doing business with someone you have no idea, you know, who, who they are? You don't know if they're working with the police or whatever. I mean, you don't know, the level of collaboration that they're working with the police or whatever. It's just a scary situation all the way around to have to even think about trying to go out and try to cop. Like I said, I was here about a year and a half, and you know, when I moved to Dumagetti, where Mia worked, I'm not gonna, at the red table because that's where I met Mia at. And I was sitting there, and I was talking to this guy, and him and I hit it off. Whenever someone's talking English, like this, we kind of hit it off, kind of good, kind of chat chat. And so he texted me a couple times. I text him, and then he texted me, "Hey, bro, you want to get high?" And then it's like, what? What? You're gonna text me? You're gonna text me? Hey, bro, you want to get high? And immediately I said, yo, man, don't send me no text like that. And I blocked them. I blocked them because I don't play those games. In the same situation. That's why I don't talk about my business on through texting. That's why I don't argue with people on texting. That's why if it's something that I need to say to you, either I'll video chat with you and talk about it if it's something of that importance, or when I see you we'll talk. But as far as chatting on video, I mean texting, I won't do it. I won't do it. Because it's always served to be a record, that you can never get rid of. So for me, I just don't do it. Now, I've had a number of girlfriends, throughout the Philippines while I was here, and I had this one girlfriend who I knew, and I would see her from time to time. nothing serious, anything like that. And then when I moved, you know, uh, most people know that like around this time of GR or in the morning, 4 3, I'm up or whatever. Or right now, you can probably look on the cell phone and tell who's online or whatever. Not that I ever paid it any attention because I don't get involved in the social media where I can say, oh, so and so's online like this. And she would text me and I would go pick her up but like hey like that. So anyway, so she was getting I got involved with me. So of course I didn't see anymore. I didn't need her services anymore. Hey, one of those type of things. And so anyway, so but we still cordially said hello and whatever. So was it yesterday? It was yesterday for yesterday. I was coming back from tennis, and I'm driving, and his girl says, "Gerard," and I said, "What?" So, and I saw her frame. I saw the corner of my eye, and immediately I said, "Oh, that look like so," and I pulled over, and that's one of the beautiful things about having a scooter that you can go. When I was at a car in the states, and I saw someone I was interested. By the time I circled around the block like this and come back, they were gone, or somebody picked them up. So one thing about the school, you go, it go right over right there. So she came over to me, and she looked an absolute mess. I mean, you know, uh, her face was sunken in. She couldn't keep her eyes, focused, and she was looking around all the time. The classic signs of being on drugs, you know. She said that she just had a baby, and you could tell like this. For some reason or another, she looked taller, you know. But maybe because her frame was now shrunken in, and so it was sad. I was very sad for her, to see her in that state. And she told me that she had got with a foreigner, you know, uh, who got her pregnant from Australia, and you know, um, and left her. You know, he didn't take care of her or anything like this, or wasn't planning on it or whatever. And that happens a lot in the Philippines. And she was, I want, I did not even want to take a picture of her, because she looked so bad. She looked so bad. And so when I was leaving, she said, and normally, I would give, I could give people money, but this time all I had was just a 500 peso on me, a bill. And I knew what I had to do with that was buy rice and all that stuff for the house. And so, she said, Joe, give me 100 pesos. I said, I don't have it, little girl. I said, if I have it, I would give it to you. But look, I showed her my wallet. All I had was 500. And so she said, okay, thanks. And it, it was just so sad to see the devastation that what drug use had done to her, and I told Mia about her, when that I saw her and what have you, but it was very sad. And I also got a message from a my caretaker where I used to live in Bacon, and they had like 5 kids or something like this, and and they used to come and around my house because I had the Wi-Fi, so they would often be sitting around the house with the Wi-Fi going on and what have you. And so I got to know them. Like, the mother would clean my house and or either cook food for my guests or what have you. And aside, the father was a handyman, so he always fixed and built things for me and things of that nature. And in fact, I invited him to my house. And the funny thing was that I met them before they came over, and I told his wife, I said, look, do not speak to my wife about any of my girlfriends. Just don't. Just don't, tell her or don't have that conversation, like this. So she said, okay. So what the girls do can't keep a secret. So when she came over, she got into the conversation with Mia, and of course Mia is very high strung. That's all I can say. And when she left, Mia was like beside herself that she was talking to this girl, and she was talking to her about her. And she said, don't ever, ever, ever have them come over my house again. Don't ever come over. And so I have to respect Mia. And, I told her, I said, look, like you did it to yourself. I asked you not to speak about this, you know, but, you doing what you want to do. And you spoke about it. And as a result, how does it feel to flock yourself? So anyway, um, I got a text message from her last week. And her son, who I knew equally as well, was in a bike accident. Here's a picture of him here, and they asked for help because he, like really messed up. And so, me being who I am, and you know, um, I said, yeah, I would help you. So, I met him a couple of days ago when I finished playing tennis, and he came and over the phone, we can't talk because he doesn't speak English very well, and he had told me that he was driving a bike and his jaw, his cheekbone was broken, his collarbone was broken, and he was really kind of messed up. So I told him, yeah, I would help you, what I'm saying. So I didn't have much money on me at that time, but, I gave him 1,000 pesos for him and his family, for food or whatever. I know it's hard here in the Philippines, to to uh, to be able to take care of family. I was playing tennis with one of the girls, and there was another girl playing, and who was married to a foreigner, and she's pretty well off. Her husband built this gorgeous house, and what have you, and huge, and they have one son who's now a doctor or whatever, and and the girl I was talking about, she's so jealous. She's so selfish. I said, well, I said, what do you mean? She said, how can she only have one child? I said, what? She says, they can have more children. Look at the Filipino people. They have more people, and they can't. I don't want to say can't afford it, but they struggle. But they're able to have more children. How can someone who has the ability to really do something for the Filipino by having more Filipinos and 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 and, and making a life good for them? And so, you know, I understood what she was talking about. You know, uh, that she was selfish in an extent that she didn't want to have any more children. She just wanted just probably just give her foreigner husband one child, and that was it. That was all she was obligated to. That's all she did. That's all she wanted. You know, and and she's very happy. You know, he's not doing too well. He's getting old, like most of us will do at times. But you know, it was kind of interesting that that's how she felt. Was that how could she only have one child? Oh well, I know me. You know, you know, um, I have three now. I'm guaranteed paradise according to the Quran, so I'm happy camper. And I don't want any more children here in the Philippines. And Mia is unable to have any more, so that's a good thing. And I don't have to worry about jumping off, which is difficult. So, anyway, I just want to put this little piece in here and just kind of just kick it with you for a little bit. Today we go back to the hospital, and Mia had to go yesterday, like I said. um, she had to they had to pump her breasts, for milk, you know, things. So, um, but I know what I wanted to show you. Wait, I got time. Just hold on. Yeah, I know what I wanted to show you. Of course, Mia has this cut, and the dogs run and jump on her, and so we couldn't let that happen. And especially when she has the baby, the dogs can't be jumping on her. So I had this yesterday. Luna had jumped on the bed, and I went, "There they go! Look at this, Luna." So yeah, so that seems to let them know that don't be jumping under. But I know how it felt. So somebody say, "You don't know how it feels." Yeah, I do. I did it like that. And I touched it. Ooh, so I actually tased myself. I think I might have the whole family and the housekeepers line up to get tased at least one time. Okay, so this is Jerome Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans waiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, former lead singer of Temptation, once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. And don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like. Because if you don't, I'll always love you more. I'll talk to you later. Peace.